Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the price of Bitcoin and discuss this pump which we had yesterday. Well, first of all, I would need to say that we shouldn't be overexcited about this move because, again, the volume is not that great at all. Yes, if you will actually draw a line, for example, like this, you would see that we broke this line and we actually at 50% Fibonacci right now. So things are not that bad at all. We are much further from the $9,000, $9,500 than before, and it's easier actually to go higher to maybe collect even more stop orders, which we had even here. Now they are concentrated in this area and in this area, so we easily can go to 38.2%, which is at $11,200, because apparently all that volume is basically from the liquidation and from stop orders of the people who went short at this area. Some of them even opened more shorts, I think, because they didn't think that this is a sustainable growth. So I would expect that despite a lot of the indications that this move should be corrected to the downside, and we still have a very possible chance that the price will go below $9,500 and will continue this drop, I would still think that we have even a bigger chance to go higher from this point, even maybe without a significant correction. Now let's talk about other aspects. For example, if we look at the indicators, you would see that RSI, stochastic, MACD, all of them are really high at the moment. It means that the market is overbought. Every time when we had similar condition, we returned to a dump. Here as well, here, and so on. These two places are not that dramatic, so we still can make something like that. But in any case, the possibility of the reversal and the correction of this move is very, very high at the moment. On the other hand, if we look at the daily time frame, then this move is actually reasonable, and we are in a kind of a neutral zone on RSI, on stochastic, and moreover on MACD we have still our golden cross. The histogram is becoming green, so we potentially can go much higher from that point without any overheating of the indicators. Moreover, we can also look at the RSI behavior, and it's really encouraging right now because we can see that this trend line is broken, and for example, previously it was broken here. We had the move to the upside, it was broken here, we had the move to the upside, and so on. So it is very reasonable to expect that the same thing will happen right now again. And even if you would extend this like this, you would see that we again are above this trend line, and maybe after testing it we can return to the move to the upside as many times we had before. But a couple of the things which are indicating maybe to the correction is more possible, at least short-term correction. If we look at the Bollinger Bands, we actually went above the baseline of Bollinger Bands on a daily time frame. On the one hand, it is good because now we are on a positive side of the Bollinger Bands cloud, so we can still continue to move to the upside and having something like $10,900. But at the same time, it is very organic and reasonable to actually have a correction down to the baseline to test it once again and then have a pullback from there. It will cool down all the indicators as well on a short-term time frame, so it's very reasonable. Also, on the 4 hours time frame, this move would be quite expected because we went much higher than the cloud itself. And of course, we can repeat the same thing which happened here, but in the reversed order. But this was quite of an exception, so I would say that it's unlikely that we'll continue something like this, although of course it is still possible. Now here's the tweet from Adam Taché, if I'm pronouncing his name properly. So he is comparing this situation which we have now with a global price action of Bitcoin in 2017, 18th and 19th, and you see this is a nice fractal. So we had this bump and run reversal, and especially this area is very, very similar. So we had this accumulation over here, and of course fractals don't need to be repeating over and over again. It's not necessarily that we'll continue this in the same way. However, if we will do, then indeed we will not have much of the correction, maybe except at this area somewhere around $11,000, and then the final point will be at $11,500. We'll see. So concluding all that, I would say that I'm more inclined to think that we will go to the upside, maybe with a little correction to something like $10,000, maybe $200 or so. But I believe it's more reasonable to continue to rise instead of dropping below $9,500 as many people were calling to. And here is one thing which I was going to also mention, not about Bitcoin, but in general. Recently I stumbled over this company called Republic, and it is actually quite well-established company. It has the registration from SEC, it has license from FINRA, and it is a part of the group from AngelList and Product Hunt, one of the most trusted online startup ecosystems in the world. And now they started also do crypto services, and just take a look at the growth of some of the products they listed. 2,500%, 2000%, 1600%. It looks like just the gains from those altcoins in their best time. So I just want to say that this seems interesting and legit, and the special thing about them is that they launched their token called Node, and in fact this is not a token which they are listing on the exchange. As they say, this token doesn't have any value, it doesn't cost anything, and they are also transparent that they currently doesn't represent any assets, but what they want to do, that they want to connect this token to the whole company future success, meaning that in future this token may actually cost something. And at the moment there are several ways to get the token, like several tasks. The simplest one, just to have a registered account on their website, you will get 10 tokens. But you know, at some point XRP was given for free, Stellar was given for free to some extent, and so on. I don't know either whether it will be something worth paying attention to, but you know, people recently were looking at the new wave for crypto, some boost, maybe like STO or something like ICO was for crypto in 2017, some new wave for the capital. So maybe this token, this tokenization for kind of a share in the company, if you will be a new thing for crypto, and indeed a lot of people may benefit, and that will explode in a positive way. So in any case, it is given for free. I made my account here, I got my 10 nodes for free. So if you are interested, I will leave my referral link in the description below. I don't have any affiliation to them, I just want to look at the project and see how will they develop and where they will bring this idea in the future. It's always nice to be in the early stage, so that is why I am interested in such things. Meanwhile, we will of course continue to look at the price of Bitcoin, and I will keep you updated here, also on Telegram, Twitter, everywhere. So let's see how things will go. So far, that is it for today. I hope that it was useful. Thank you for watching.